Beautiful, beautiful Libras. It is Scorpio season and it's time for your reading for the month, for this entire season that we're going to be in. So we will see what would like to emerge for you. If you do need a personal reading, please look below for my link to the website so that you can go ahead and book. I would love to share that experience with you. This reading evolved out of the daily chakras ascension readings that I do. And its underlying theory is that if we bring all of our chakras into one center area, in our heart center, that we will be more like a radiant sun. So our center card's going to be talking about that. And then to make it a little bit easier to break down, the different rays are going to represent the different houses of the Western Zodiac wheel. So we can speak about all the different factions of your reality that should be emerging this month. Excuse me, I need to clear my throat. I did just cleanse this space and myself with 2 different types of sage, white sage and blue sage. And I've also used my singing bowl to help clear the space as well. So we are all set and ready to go here. Do let me read the little short and sweet message on the back of your heart card, just for a little extra boost. It's stating your intuition constantly senses the voice of spirit and conveys this through emotion and feeling. Spirit's great love and wisdom continuously flows through you like a stream of soft diamond light. Stop for a moment and feel this beautiful flow of energy. Allow it to permeate every part of you. You and spirit are one, entwined by invisible threads of love. So let's have the energies come out now so that I can get them for you. So I feel like you've been having some emotional turmoil that has really probably peaked in the past fairly recently for you and has created a bit of tenderness in your heart. Things may have gone a little too far. You may have been beyond the emotional brink in some way. And I just feel like there was a threshold that was crossed, and in a way it kind of broke you open. It broke open your heart to feel again and to feel your own emotions, and not so much, if you've been hearing codependent, if you've been kind of more concerned about other people. Libras really are. I mean, you're such relationship builders that you care very much about having that equilibrium. So if you feel like you've been doing a lot of giving, overextending yourself, putting other people's needs before your own, I feel like there's been a really sweet and nurturing breakthrough in this area that has opened you to more self-love. So I can only imagine for you to get to this point that there was some difficulty that came through to bring you here. I feel a very cleansed energy, a renewed energy, and, like an entire shift into a stronger, more resilient emotional dimension for yourself. So congratulations if you have been through an experience like that. I am now going to look at your first house. This is really about your self-identity, how you're presenting yourself to the world. I'm seeing you working hard, putting a lot of yourself into things to where, by that I think I mean your integrity, and I feel like you're a little bit worn thin from this, and that you are beginning, it's kind of a carry through here of this more spiritual energy, something that's renewing. So maybe you're dabbling in something that is spiritual in nature, that's kind of opening you up to something more magical, mysterious, playful, illuminating, but it's just a touch of it. And I think that you're looking at it for strength and renewal, because again, like I was saying, this is that energy here. Let's see if I'm not sure if you can see that. That is what you're coming out of, that's been carrying you for a while, and it's no longer serving you. Yeah, and then there's like, I could just feel all this emotion right here coming through you, and you're kind of healing from it. So I do feel like there is this transition that you've been going through here. I love seeing this card for you. This feels very Libran for me. So this is your second house of value. I see you actually protecting yourself more, owning your own space in a way, creating maybe some boundaries concerning your energy and your mind, and really honoring who you are. Like, again, that self-love energy coming through, respecting yourself, and not in a way that's defensive, but in a way that acknowledges, like, you're only human. Like, you have to be able to operate in this world with emotions, and you can't be overgiving, you can't be operating in a way where there's nothing left for you because you are just depleting yourself. So again, I'm getting that you may be getting more and more into something that might be illuminating you, something that could be cerebral in a way, but yet have a bit of spirituality to it. There could be psychological research going here, some sort of therapy. But overall, it's like I very much feel like you're trying to take care, and not in a way where it's just maintenance, that you're trying to evolve to be a better version of yourself, something that has more lasting effects. So maybe, trying to actually get out of a cycle that's been perhaps repeating for you. Now, this next house is the house of communication. And I'm getting, I don't really want to jump ahead, but we are getting kind of the same mother energy here. About abundance, about giving. I often get, I notice in the Libra readings, and it's going to appear here too, that there's this twin energy that I'm seeing. You may be dealing with Pisces, you may be dealing with Geminis, you may have twins, or a couple of children or something, but there is this sort of nod to really nourishing like another generation of feminine energy here. Somehow, you may be teachers, therapists, something, some sort of influencer. But I strongly feel that whatever this is, it has to do with nourishing, and it has to do with understanding what it means to be the feminine, the distinction of the female here for you. Or I'm hearing allowing this to happen around you. So this may be someone that you know, or maybe close to you, but it's like you're really wanting there to be, again, it's kind of this energy, like understanding the importance of that emotional nurturance coming through here. So let's see here in your home, your position of home and family. Yeah, something about cycles of pain in the home. Again, I'm kind of getting this energy where a little bit thin, and yet you're trying to repair, bring through this healthier energy. Something's been going on, though, in a cycle. And it's showing physically, like it's straining you somehow, physically. There is almost an emotional numbing at this point, and an exhaustion mentally. Yeah, and like in a way, like you've given so much emotion to this, and this isn't necessarily like healthy emotion, like it has depleted you somehow. So I'm not sure what's going on here. There's a sense of emptiness in this space, direness. I just feel like I need to put some selenite on this for you. Prayers to you, Libras, for this. You know, we need to have prayers for you. Please ask those around you that you feel comfortable with to pray for you at this time. I think you are needing that. Okay, your 5th house. This is about the platform that you show up on, perhaps at work. But it's really kind of your stage. It's where you're able to exert your power and see what kind of respect is going to be cultivated from it. I'm hearing here, it's like you know who you are. You know, you understand the divine energy that you're connected to very much. And in a way, you've been able to intellectualize this energy. You don't often feel it as much as you like think it. You are very capable of feeling it as well. But there's something about how you process it mentally too that it is part of what you do, and that it like takes precedence, like love and relationships, you know, and I'm strongly getting like a personal relationship or relationship with direct family members, very important to you. And I think you're starting to see that this is like your place. You're starting to understand your role maybe a little bit differently than you have before, and like who you really are. You know, beginning to remember like the energy that you really carry. And I think you're coming into, again, kind of this energy, this self-respect for it. Not looking for it outside of yourself. Like if you've been looking for people or partners to validate you, I think you're starting to understand that it starts with you. And for a Libran, that's got to be exceptionally difficult because everything is about the relationship. So this, you know, owning your individuality may be easier when you do see that it's still in partnership. It's in partnership with your higher self. It's in partnership with divine source. And that may help you mentally process the love that you need to have for yourself. You may need to take a little pause and really focus on this, put some priority on this, and not worry about career as much right now. I'm hearing like things can kind of take care of themselves. There are people to help. You have resources if you need to call on them, but things can be kept in motion even if you kind of have to be in the background a little bit during this time. Because your health, in all, you know, and I'm seeing it in all parts, like your physical, your mental, your emotional, your spiritual health is very important at this time. Speaking about health, we are now going to go to your 6th house of routine, daily routine, and health. Again, we're getting the bare breast image here, so the nurturer once again. We have another nod to kind of an Egyptian goddess twice here. So again, I'm getting self-nurturance. This is a very powerful card. You know, especially in this deck, this is one of the strongest cards, I think, that is in the deck. I'm seeing a joy here. I'm seeing you're such a strong person. Like, you're able to restore yourself, to bring yourself back, to know what your needs are, to tune in and really care for yourself and seek the wisdom, seek the healing, both from within yourself and by being resourceful. It's fantastic because there's no pride in this, and I think because of that, you're not blocking your healing. You know, you're allowing things to happen and unfold and initiating things. Yeah, and I'm just hearing like recreation, really, you know, like coming out of a cycle, coming into a new cycle. You may really be closing out something that's been on repeat, especially if it's been happening in your home space. And I'm also hearing like you need more excitement, like that's kind of what you're missing here. Like you need, it's beyond playfulness. It feels very adult. It feels very serious. You need something that captivates you and mystifies you and is challenging for you. So maybe there's, you know, something that you can study during this time that isn't necessarily completely serious, but that you also find some joy in exploring. Now, this is your house, so partnerships, harmony, beauty. And you do have, although they're from different cultures, there's still the goddess of abundance. So it's a very, very good like double omen to have. So in your relationships, yeah, I'm hearing like personal abundance. You know, I'm very much getting this restoration and this creative energy. Sort of these same colors are coming through a lot. The orange, the lighter pinks, kind of a softer palette. There's something here that's really, it's like soak up the beauty of Mother Earth right now, wherever you are, especially if you're in the fall somewhere. Like really make sure that you get outside, make sure that you take time to be around flowers, identify with the flowers, take time to care for yourself, take time to, if you enjoy, you know, beautifying yourself, to do that, to feel the luxury of self-care. being in partnership with yourself. I think that for something there is hard for you. It's difficult to be alone. Okay, let's see here. This is the Scorpio house. We'll be bringing out like what's hidden, secretive, deep. I guess what I'm hearing is like that inner death, like you are. There's part of you when you look within that has died, and it's difficult for you to honor that. Probably because you've been so habitualized into something that it can be uncomfortable to change. And what it's done though has, whatever difficulty you've been in here, it has gave you strength. You understand that you are courageous. You understand how to take care of yourself. You understand that you can't be like completely broken. Yet you're acknowledging that some things need to die because they are no longer serving you at their best. And I think you're kind of, again, that tenderness of honoring, because when we do look to the past, when we remember these things that happened, even if they're difficult, often remember the good things out of them too. And I think that there is just this, mourning, almost grieving a little bit of something, but yet it's like you want to breathe new air. You're ready for the next step as well. So yeah, very much a transitional energy. Very similar crowns in these two. So this is your position of what is beyond you, what's attainable. Through maybe more research, or just seeking something beyond your comfort zone. And what I'm hearing here is that you're starting to understand that the balance has to be within you, that there are the masculine and feminine aspects of yourself, that you may have depleted, you may have been in a lot of male energy and not cultivating enough feminine energy, and that you need to learn how to balance that for yourself. And I think this will help you with grieving because, like I said, you're such a strong, capable sign that masculine energy may make you fearful to let go of it, or think that you're going to become weak or something. And it's not about that. It's about being complete. And this is what's going to give you that sense of completeness. And you may be able to break, if you've been experiencing any of this, unhealthy codependent relationships, if you haven't been able to balance this within you. So I feel like you're just going to have a realization, and again, this may come through some actual study and exploration of something that's a little bit different to you, that may be philosophical, psychological, but has a little bit of, otherness to it as far as what you're normally exposing yourself to. Now let's have a look at your 10th house here. This is really where you're building your legacy. where you bring a lot of structure. So I guess I'm hearing like it feels hodgepodged together. It feels a little bit odd, like when you try to look at life, it doesn't really make sense. Being an air sign, this may be uncomfortable for you when you try to make things logical and they're not. So again, I'm getting a balancing here is what I'm hearing. It's in a way the same as this. The intellectual and the irrational parts of ourselves. Learning how to infuse life with both of those, bring those into especially your work environment, if you have something like that, but a place where you may be interacting more socially outside of the home. And I think what we're getting out of this is that it's bringing in a lot of character, a lot of this energy that you may need to kind of restore yourself. It's making life more interesting. And for you, it's almost making more of a puzzle of it. You know, it's spiking your curiosity. And I think that in a way that's producing some brain chemicals for you that is going to reinvigorate you as well. It will stimulate you in other ways. So let's see here for your 11th house, which is your individuality and your tribe. I'm hearing like you may have been feeling a little bit isolated. You may not really have a lot of people here, and you just may be finding yourself in a very introspective time right now where you're trying to, again, kind of structure and balance these aspects of your life. And things are maybe just happening in the background for you that you don't necessarily feel completely connected to. But what's important is that it's just peaceful, like you're not wanting to engage in conflict. So I think you are trying to like take care so that kind of the outer world is reflecting the inner world more, and there's this nice mirroring of energy, at least, that doesn't feel chaotic. Again, we're having like the cycle energy, so it does feel like you're beginning a new one, ending one, but you're aware of like the cycles or things going in cycles, the rotation, the repetition of things. And your last card is for self-transcendence. This sometimes reveals like the biggest lesson if you can get here through whatever you've been processing through this time. And you know, this is a great time to do this work. It's Scorpio season, perfect time to be doing a lot of inner, true, deep, transformative, emotional processing. Perfect season for it. Again, I get the same energy that I have here. And I was getting off of this feeling of a little bit of self-disappointment, of maybe self-judgment, I'm hearing something from your teenage years. Something may have triggered you from that stage of your life, and you may be realizing in doing some of this processing that you've been acting habitually since perhaps a trauma that happened then. Something that may have influenced your self-perception of innocence. And I think you're realizing that you may have been doing just a lot of automatic reacting. And it's like you're having to let go of the layers and forgive yourself and really realign with what is important. Here, this is like very difficult for you because it's taking emotions and it's taking thoughts, and it's very potent and kind of all-consuming energy for you. But I think, like, if you can find any comfort in this, it's that you know that you can't go on with something. Something cannot keep repeating, and it's got to start with you. And I think, if anything, you're going to find, once you do process this, that, the self-esteem and the self-respect that you will have gained in this process, not only for clearing all this, but becoming a better version of yourself, basically. I think that it's going to be worth whatever you have to go through here. And I'm hearing that you will make it through. You just need to commit to the process. And again, I can't, I'm hearing that there's something about the teenage years, something there that that happened that may have been the seed of all of this for you. Okay, you guys. So I am sending you love and wishing you well, and sending my prayers to you. Thank you for being here, and I hope to speak with you next month as well. So please join if you can again.